Greetings and welcome to DevLook at Victor Vran, version 1.02 from April 2nd. This is an early access action RPG game from Vran Studios, who you might know as the creators of pretty awesome Tropico series. This time they decided to do an action RPG and do it on early access. It's actually not going to be on early access much longer. They are planning to release it sometime by the end of May. I mean, at least that's a plan. You know, it might be delayed a bit, but the game is looking very, very nice. So they just released a new update that added the new stuff and new zones and new weapons and multiplayer mode, so you can actually now play it as a co-op or online only. Unfortunately, I would love to see a split screen here. But before jumping into the game, let's actually have a look at the options menu. So the gameplay options are pretty typical for your action RPGs. You can toggle different things like health numbers and health bars. Rotation, minimap rotation, things like this. Controls work both with keyboard and mouse and gamepad. Both work equally good. You can as well toggle the control set to be more like Diablo, this mouse move stuff, and like action, which is the... feels like actually Diablo on consoles. You know, if you play Diablo on PS3 or something like this, it feels a lot like this. Obviously, rewindable keys. I mean, there's not extremely a large amount of them, but you know, it's always good to have the ability to rewind them. Sound options, separate music sliders and subtitles. I mean, those guys know what they are doing. And the video options, so different resolutions, VSync, anti-aliasing, anisotropy, all that stuff. So there's quite a lot of them. I mean, for a top-down action RPG, that is a lot of things. And you can turn on the frame rate counter if you want, but honestly, it worked at 60 FPS for me all the time, so I had zero problems with it. Alright, let's jump into the game and have a look at how it goes now. So the game at the moment features most of the areas and most of the weapons, but not all. And it does not have why does it tells me, okay, it looks like it was a bad idea to mess with the... No, that was not what I wanted. Yes, gamepad, please. I'm gonna play with the gamepad just because I feel like, you know, it's a bit easier this way, for me at least. It plays just as fine with the keyboard. As I was saying, the game at the moment features most of the zones and most of the weapons, but the quests at the moment are just like templates. So this is me. I can run around, do dodge rolls and use my two weapons. So let's go to the map and reach the cemetery grounds, which yeah, here they are. So we have the... I can actually show you the whole map. So this is where you begin. And those are the zones that I visited. As you can see, those stars are basically the challenges that I complete. I will show them to you in a moment. I have not opened everything. This is about 5 hours into the game. But as you can see, the map is pretty huge. And I assume all of this will be basically... will have some sort of zones that you can visit. But let's go into the cemetery grounds. So before going into the zone, you will see the challenges that you can complete there, here on the left side. So we can slay gargoyles with the ranged attacks. We can slay monsters with demon powers, champions, slay... Okay, that's just killing, so this is some mini-boss probably. And then we need to slay 40 monsters with 3 hexes enabled. That is actually tough. So those hexes are sort of the modifiers that you can usually apply in like games like Diablo or Path of Exile that makes the game harder but gives you more XP. So here, for example, like monster seeds for 50% more damage and cause cripple for 2 seconds on crit, and you gain 10% more XP. So yeah, I'm having enough problem without them, so let's just go in and show you how the game actually works. The game itself does not have any progression or anything like this, but, or rather, not progression is the wrong word, it actually does have progression and levels. It does not have classes, and you don't actually have skills that you upgrade, but you have weapons that you can collect. And depending on which weapons you use, you will have different skill sets, and you can always wield... wait, I think I needed to kill those gargoyles using... Where's my map? Was it this one? Yeah. So slay gargoyles with ranged attacks. Yeah. So as you can see now, I have my sword and I have like basic attack. I have this thing and I have the stun attack. And then I have an ability to switch to my second weapon, which in this case is a lightning gun, which does this. And as well shoots some lightning orbs that you can shoot and explode. I missed all of them. More gargoyles, perfect. So we can dodge out of the way here. Oh, whoa, 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 no. Let's do this. Eat some of that, and then some of this. And I completely missed with that orb. Okay, let's try to do that. There we go, nice and easy. There we go. So as you can see, lighting guns, I mean, it's not very fast, but it's pretty efficient against the groups of monsters. But let's try another melee weapon. So I specifically saved quite a lot of weapons here in my inventory. I actually forgot to pick some of them up from the stash, but we'll do that a bit later. So I have here a scythe and a hammer. Let's try the hammer first. Just drop it here. And maybe we can as well switch to the shotgun. So we have this shotgun of value. Sounds good. I'll show you some another weapon. So essentially, this is how you vary your gameplay, and depending on... okay, those are as well. Yeah, let's kill you. Yeah, there we go. So depending on which weapons you use and which ones you are carrying around, you are able basically to vary the way the game works. Okay, can we get up there somehow? Another interesting thing is that you are able to jump here, and actually you are able to do wall jumps to get to higher places. Let's try to pull that one off to get up there, because there is something interesting and I missed it completely. There we... come on. And I missed it again. Okay, I think I should be able to do that. Let's try to align the camera maybe a bit. And oh, he went down himself. Okay. Ow. Okay, he's hurting me pretty bad. Right, let's switch to our hammer and do this. Hammer is very slow, but it does tons of damage and is pretty fun to use. Okay, can we get up? I want to get up there. Nope. Nope. And no, maybe not that way. Oh, of course. I can just walk around. Why not? Yeah. Trying to do a crazy stunt jump, but then you can just walk around this stuff, of course. Oh, who are you? Okay, come here. In addition to using weapons, you as well have so-called demon powers. There we go. Okay, I need to kill those guys with ranged attacks, so I'm not going to use my demon powers on them, but... come on. Come on. There we go, and I'm half dead, so let's drink a potion. Overkill, nice. Come on. Okay, we need to kill them. So, yes, as I was saying, you have demon powers, which is essentially spells. Depending on what you want to specialize into, there is like quite a large variety of them, actually. There we go, I finished the challenge, and now I get some reward. So what I actually get here, what was that? Purging Flame, and this is actually a spell, so we can have a look at our spell collection here. So you can see I have two equipped, one of them is a boomerang and the other one is a shockwave. And they as well have a variety of levels, so you can have like common ones, which is just the basic version, then you have uncommon, which has some additional bonuses, and then you can have, you know, rare and legendary, which I only have this rare one, and I think this is one is common, so let's put this one here, and just to show off how that exactly works. So the way it works is that you have this, I cannot use the mouse, but down below you can see the yellow bar is my energy bar essentially. And once I have enough of energy, I can unleash my spells. So now it's full. And now, there we go. This is one of the spells and I totally missed. It was terrible. Let's try to do that. So this is my Purging Flames, and as you can see, it's very effective, but you will have to stay still, which is maybe not perfect. Ow. Okay. He's died. So for the case of the... Whoa. Okay, that is some Diablo here. Let's pop a potion. That was bad. And get some of that. Some of that. Thank you very much. And I'm dead. As you can see, the game is not exactly easy. So let's actually change a weapon and try something else. Let's put a scythe here. And yeah, let's put the lighting gun back. I like it quite more. We can try to kill it again. Can we go? Yeah, we can go up here. Alright, that works. So sight has a bit of an interesting mechanic, which basically the more you use it, the more you collect of those soul shards, I think they called. And the more soul shards you have on the side, the more damage you do. So the more you hit, the harder it gets, basically. Which is, I think, pretty cool. Can we get up? No, we can't. And that is terrible. Ow, ow, this is slowing me down. Alright, how do I even get there? Okay, there was a boss, mini-boss here. Oh, there's two mini-bosses. I was thinking, why am I dying so quickly here? Ow! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go, throw that at them. Now let's do some of this stuff. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So, yeah, I mean, as you might have noticed, the game is pretty tough. And the further in you go, the tougher it gets, so the monsters scale pretty much in the same way that they do in the Diablo, so it's not like you're gonna come into the zone and it will be very easy for you because the area is, you know, 2 levels or 20 levels lower than you. No, they all scale up to you. Let's see what we got. Got some boring hammer and boring lightning gun, that is not interesting, and we got some spell, sun ray, emit a ray blazing enemies along its path. And let's try that, why not? I mean, sounds fun. So we now have it on our right trigger button. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I can... That is pretty nifty, actually. Alright, I don't want to be slowed. Oh, more monsters, of course. Immune, what? Okay. Righty and lefty. Okay, that is some interesting double damage. I guess if I use that, they will wake up, right? Yep, here they go. Let's try with that. That was easy. Ow, wow, whoa, 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 what is this? Okay, they was not very tough champions. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, whoa, whoa, those skulls. Okay, let's kill that guy, he's annoying. There we go. Okay, let's see, do we have anything else here? That guy, come on, die. Good. So, what else do we have here? Well, we have as well those, how are they called? Something like fate cards or whatever. So basically you have this 3 slots, oh, destiny cards, yes. 3 slots, and at least that's what I have at the moment at level 8. And I can equip 3 destiny cards. Each card has this amount of points it uses. So as you can see, I have 7 points available to me, so I can put either 3 cards that add up to 7 or less that will add up to 7, but I mean, you got the idea. So I have 1 card that grants me armor penetration. The one that fills my overdrive bar 20% faster, so this is actually this demon spell bar, the bar that is consumed when you trigger the demon spells. And I have some lifesteal just to be a bit safer. And here, as you can see, I have a lot of them. They as well can be like common and uncommon and rare, but I haven't met any one rare. So all of the stuff I have is mostly uncommon. And in addition, so those are the demon spells, Meteor, there's some boring stuff. And yeah, so the hexes, actually, before you can use them, you have to collect them. And you can activate it right in the game, which is actually pretty cool. So basically I can clean out the zone, prepare to kill the monsters that I need to kill with the hexes, and then activate them and kill them. And last part is the outfits. Outfits kind of change the way that your hero behaves. So this green one grants me overdrive over time, but attacks no longer grant overdrive as it happens in normal way. I kind of like it before, you know, because I don't have to actually attack all the time. I can just wait a bit, gain my overdrive, and then spam my demon spells. The normal outfit, I think, yeah, so basically it allows you to gain more overdrive when you take damage. And I think at level 8 I should unlock the outfits at the merchants, so I can actually buy more, and all of them have different kind of props. So using all of this, you basically can vary your hero in the way that, you know, is it a ranged character, is it a melee character, which spells does he uses, and so on and so forth. Yeah, let's throw at him. There we go, and now, nope, not enough overdrive, okay. Just sitting there. Come on, come here. There we go. That was quite easy actually. Can we just attack that? No, he's immune. Okay, you know what? Let's actually return to hub area, so you can do that at any time. Obviously, you will lose all your progress in the zone. We'll grab some. Let's sell this stuff to merchant first, so I don't need that boring hammers and boring lightning guns. Let's sell that stuff. Let's go and grab my other weapons from the stash. So I have all the variety that is basically present right now. There is in addition rapier that we haven't tried, and I already showed you the sword, and that's it basically for the moment. But they will add more weapon variety, so you will get to use other things. Okay, let's see. Slay monsters with demon powers, 20. Okay, that should be easy, right? So let's just use some crazy demon power and slay 20 monsters. And let's switch to the rapier. Rapier is very fast, but does not do too much damage in comparison to, say, hammer. So this is like 61-92, and this one is 30-40, which is way smaller. But because of the speed, it actually can be way more benefiting. Okay, let's see. So we have to kill 20 monsters with powers. Let's kill that guy just like this. So as you can see, rapier is very fast, and it actually gets a lot of crits. Okay, let's see. We have some of these guys. Let's just gather. You know what? Let's do this. I think this should be cool. So we put this purging flame here. Then we gather enough overdrive. Come on. Gather enough overdrive. Yes, we gather them together, and there we go. And we just burn all of them. Yes, that's what I want to see. Our purging flame is almost out actually, and yep. I will throw that thing. That did not work. Okay, one more. I'll just kill this one like this. Good. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's basically a game in a nutshell. That's all it has to offer in terms of gameplay. It's very solid, it's pretty fun. I would compare it to Diablo 3 on consoles and say, you know, that it behaves very much the same way. Let's burn them again. It does have this very cool aesthetic of sort of Van Helsing worlds. Let's try to burn that guy as well. Oh, and it does feel like, you know, something like the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, but in a slightly different way. Which is not a bad thing. I actually love this aesthetic. Okay, we have to kill one more guy and then we get our bonus. Come on. No, no, screw you with your skulls. Nope. Okay, let's see. We come to him and then we just do this. Wait, it just stuck. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let's grab some gold. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we can do area effect. Well, let's just burn him, you know, that's always... This is the most effective spell ever. There we go. And we get a lot of experience here. And I am extremely slowed down because of this area. Okay, I'm actually almost level 8. But yeah, I mean, as I said, the quests are not quite there yet. So you sort of have them in a very basic version. You have this kind of whoops, screw you. You have this cutscenes that are not really cutscenes, and they are just like, you know, something is going on, but there's no sound and no voiceover or no text. And then you just get this message on the top right that you can see right here. Oh, that was terrible. You know what? Let's just do this. There we go. Some bleeding from up here. Nice. Okay, drink some potions. You will need to drink potions a lot, because those guys tend to attack quite hard. The monster variety in the game is actually also pretty fun and pretty large. I think almost every zone has some monsters that I have not seen on the previous zones, at least a couple of them. Some of the zones have very specific monsters like those orb, whatever thingies, essence of whatever. They are very zone specific and they are only on this cemeteries and stuff. So it's pretty fun to figure out, you know, how exactly do you kill some of those special monsters. There are as well bosses, and boss fights are again very close to what the Diablo 3 offered. Diablo 3 is some other game that I'm not aware of. Ow, ow, ow. Screw you. There we go. Right from that, throw this thing at you. There we go. And I'm getting murdered here. Doing some potion. There we go. Drive through you. I mean, you get how it plays. It's actually very satisfying, and you know, even though there's like no quests or anything else, the mechanics are so solid that I just kept doing this for like 6 hours or 5 hours. Basically for a lot of time. I think, yeah, I would, when the storyline comes out, I would probably go right through it. I hope it's at least 8 hours long, and they will, I hope they will offer some sort of a end game when you can get some randomly generated maps. I guess going through the maps, the old maps with these hexes to increase the difficulty can be fun as well. Those spiders are annoying. Burn all of those eggs and they broke my spell. Okay, that's not very good. Let's kill those guys. Ow, ow, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, and I'm dead again. Okay. I guess let's return to hub and wrap it up right here because this is getting ridiculous. We just sell something, we don't really have anything good here. Yeah, as you've seen, as you might have seen, I've used another potion, which is a fire bomb. So I have those potions that are not only healing ones, but as well allow you to gain different bonuses like 100 armor and immunity to daze interrupts and push effects, and you know, speed and flash bombs and things like this. So you have those 2 slots for potions, and it's up to you to decide what you put in there. So there's no limitation on this, which is I quite like. And yeah, merchants at the moment are quite boring. They just sell random, a small selection of random weapons, but judging by the fact that this lady before had a name actually and had a question or the exclamation mark, which basically denoted quest, and when you tried to talk to her, she was like, oh, I cannot talk to you because we're in early access. I guess there will be side quests and all that cool stuff here, and she is the main woman who gives you quests. But yeah, since the storyline is not exactly here, the quests mostly look like go there and kill that boss. Which is absolutely fine by me. I mean, the combat is so solid that I had a blast doing this. Okay, so this was Victor Vran. You can get it on Steam Early Access right now for $20 or your original equivalent. If you are watching this and it's not yet April 8th, you can get it with 25% discount for $15. And the game is coming out sometime by the end of May or maybe a bit later. It looks pretty fantastic. I am definitely going to have a look at it when it releases and tell you what I think about the storyline and overall how they polished it. Most of the upcoming updates will be related to more weapons, more content, more zones, more bosses, and of course the quest. If you liked it, pick it up and support the devs. It looks pretty fantastic. The guys behind Tropico definitely know what they are doing here. Had 0 bugs with it, 0 problems, no crashes, no anything. Works perfectly. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you during the next update. Bye!